In a small village surrounded by lush green fields and winding dirt roads, there lived a wealthy yet cunning landlord named Viren. He was known far and wide for his sharp business mind and his relentless greed. While he owned vast stretches of fertile land, he rarely worked on them himself. Instead, he leased them to poor farmers under strict conditions, ensuring that no matter how much effort they put in, the largest share of their harvest always ended up in his granaries. Viren often boasted about his intelligence to his loyal servant, Kunal. These farmers toil from sunrise to sunset, yet they barely get enough to eat. Meanwhile, I sit back and watch my warehouses fill with their hard work, he said, a smug smile on his face. You are truly a genius, master, Kunal agreed. No one in the village dares to challenge you. Just then, a humble farmer named Ramesh approached with a respectful bow. Landlord, I have heard that you lease out land for farming. I would like to rent a piece of your land for a year, he said. Viren smirked and leaned forward. Of course, Ramesh. But there is a condition. You will work the land for a year, and when the harvest is ready, you must give me half of the crop. The other half will be yours. Ramesh hesitated, but, seeing no other option to feed his family, agreed to the terms. Over the next several months, he worked tirelessly, waking before dawn and laboring under the scorching sun. He watered the crops carefully, kept pests away, and nurtured the field with all his heart. As the harvest season arrived, golden grains filled his fields, and his heart swelled with hope. However, when Viren and Kunal arrived to collect their share, Ramesh's hopes were crushed. The landlord took the best portion of the crop, leaving behind only the smallest, damaged grains. Kunal laughed as they loaded the superior harvest onto their cart, while Ramesh stood helplessly, watching his family's future slip through his fingers. That evening, Ramesh sat outside his small hut, his head in his hands. His son, Kabir, had recently returned from the city after completing his studies and noticed his father's distress. "Father, why do you look so troubled?" he asked gently. Ramesh sighed deeply. "Men like Viren exploit our hard work. No matter how much we labor, we are left with almost nothing. This is our fate, my son." Kabir's eyes narrowed with determination. "No, father. This is not fate. Leave it to me." The next morning, Kabir went to see Viren. "Landlord, I would like to lease your land this year," he said confidently. Viren, amused by the young man's boldness, thought of a new way to ensure his victory. "Very well. But this time, whatever grows above the soil belongs to me, and you can keep what grows beneath." Kabir nodded without hesitation and set to work. Instead of planting rice or wheat as his father had done, he planted potatoes. Throughout the season, he cared for the field diligently, keeping his plan a secret. When harvest time arrived, Viren and Kunal rode to the farm with smug expressions. "Ah, Kabir, time to collect my share," Viren announced, rubbing his hands together. "Of course, landlord," Kabir replied calmly. "You asked for whatever grows above the soil, so please take the leaves." Viren's smile vanished as he realized he had been tricked. "You planted potatoes?" he bellowed. "Yes, landlord," Kabir said, bowing politely. "It is what's beneath the soil that holds value." Kunal shook his head in disbelief. "Master, he has tricked you." Viren clenched his fists in frustration but refused to admit defeat. "Fine. Next season, I will take whatever grows beneath the soil, and you can have whatever grows above." Kabir agreed once more and, when the time came, planted wheat. When harvest season arrived, Viren rode to the field, confident that this time he would win. "All right, Kabir, time to collect my share," he said triumphantly. Kabir gestured toward the wheat fields. "As per our agreement, you may take what is beneath the soil. The roots are yours." Viren's face turned pale. "You planted wheat?" he gasped. Kabir smiled again. "Yes, landlord. The roots are useless, but the grains which grow above the soil are mine." Kunal shook his head. "Master, you've been tricked again." Viren's frustration boiled over. "Enough. Next time I will take both the top and bottom. You will only keep what grows in the middle." Kabir agreed without argument and, in the following season, planted sugarcane. When the crops were ready, Viren arrived with a confident grin. "This time you have nothing left. I take the top and the bottom. You will be left with nothing." Kabir remained calm and pointed to the sugarcane field. "Landlord, take the roots and the top leaves. The stalks in the middle are mine." Viren's eyes widened in disbelief. "The stalks? But those are the sweetest part." Kunal gasped. "Master, he has outsmarted you again." Viren's shoulders sagged and he sat down on the ground, shaking his head. "This boy, he has taught me a lesson." Kabir approached him respectfully and said, "Landlord, farmers work hard to feed others. They deserve respect and fair wages. Taking advantage of their labor is unjust." For the first time in his life, Viren saw the truth in someone else's words. He sighed deeply. "You are right, Kabir. I have been unfair for too long." The next day, Viren gathered all the farmers and made an unexpected announcement. "From this day forward, I will return the lands I have taken from you, and I will ensure fair wages for all farmers. No one will be exploited in this village again." The village erupted into cheers and Kabir became a hero, not just for his cleverness, but for restoring dignity and fairness to the hardworking farmers. Viren, having learned his lesson, transformed from a greedy landlord into a just and respected man. This story teaches us that intelligence, perseverance, and strategic thinking can triumph over greed and injustice. True success does not come from exploiting others, but from fairness, wisdom, and integrity. Kabir's actions remind us that those who try to manipulate and take advantage of others will eventually face the consequences of their greed, while those who think cleverly and stand for justice will always prevail. Thank you for listening. See you in the next stories. Please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to get updates on new videos. Thank you.